Masunaga MOC, the Masters of Craft Collection, model 003. This one just got fitted with custom tinted Transitions lens and it looks so incredible. I can't wait to share it with you in today's video. Don't go anywhere. How is everybody doing? It is your friendly neighborhood optician, Daniel Brunson, and this is the Hicks Brunson Eyewear YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. On this channel, I love to talk about my favorite indie eyewear brands, and I love to talk about all of the ways you can be creative with your lens design, including cool custom indoor tints, mixing those with flash mirrors and transitions or other photochromic technologies. So if you want to see more content like that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. All right, now let's get into it. I've got a very exciting one for you today. I've got Masunaga model 003, and this is from the much coveted Masters of Craft collection. Masters of Craft is a beautiful capsule collection that Masunaga rolled out a few months ago, and these pieces are so well made. The gold plating, the block titanium, the design detail work on them, and Masunaga has never done anything like this, and they've never made these pieces in such a way where they've done limited edition pieces. So many eyewear fans were so excited for the release of these that they all, the initial few kits that we got sold out very quickly. We have just a few left, and if you're interested in getting your own, you can check it out. If you're interested in my full review on the Masunaga MOC collection, I'll link to that video in the box. But let's get into today's video. So this is model 003 color B, which is the kind of gunmetal gray black, maybe black gunmetal or black titanium color. Really, it's a dark gray with a kind of black hand enamel finish that you can sort of see, sort of a racing stripe kind of look. And as I said, I won't get into all the details, but I have done a full review on this collection, which I will link to. I will just mention, look at that MOC logo they created. That's a sterling silver medallion in the tip of that temple. And the design was inspired by a race car steering wheel. So there's some cool nods to race cars in this design inspiration of this collection. But let's take a look at how this turned out, and let's talk about what we did with the custom lenses. Of course, we used great digital lens technology, and if you want your prescription in a nice frame with custom crisp clear optics, that is what we do here at Hicks Brunson Eyewear. But another thing we do that's somewhat unique, as I look around the country and indeed around the world, as I am told by many of you out there watching, is we like to add custom tints to photochromic lenses, as we did in this case. So we ended up taking a G15 gray gradient tint, which you can see right here. We did a fairly light tint percentage. I'm going to say this came in around 25%, which is just a hair lighter than a standard indoor tint. So you can see it here easily on white paper. You can see how the gray, the G15, which is a very gray-green color in the top, kind of fades to a lighter gray in the bottom. And we paired this with Transitions XTRActive Graphite Green color. So if you are if you're thinking to yourself right now, like, what's he talking about? I've heard of Transitions. I know that means the lenses that darken in the sun, but what does XTRActive mean? What does Gen S mean? How are those two things different? What's he talking about? I don't know what these words are. I've got a whole video that will inform you and educate you on the types of Transitions technology, specifically one comparing Transitions Gen S to Transitions XTRActive. And so if you're interested in how those two technologies are different, I'll put a link to that video in the box. But for now, let's take a look at how this turned out. So as mentioned, G15 gray fade. So you can see on here, it's a nice clean indoor tint, just enough to sort of show up against the skin, but still be pretty subtle, pretty soft, just kind of provides some soothing relief to my eyes when I'm looking around at all the bright fluorescent lighting that might be in my environment, or the bright lighting, whatever type of lighting it may be, and it adds to the cool look of the frame. When you have that light tint and you have this gunmetal and this enamel black here and this crystal side shield here, as you have in this Masunaga frame, which, by the way, this design with the double bar and the round, got to be one of the coolest kind of sportiest classic looks in the MOC collection. A lot of people really, really like it. That gold plating on the bridge and the top bar. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about the details too much of this frame because I've done that extensively in other videos, but just take a moment to appreciate that nose pad with that gold plate that they layered on top of the titanium pad with the design detail work in it and the MOC logo. It's a really beautiful collection. You guys should all check it out. Let's see what happens when you wear this frame outdoors in the sun. We're going to hit it with the UV light, and we're going to see the Transitions XTRActive Graphite Green color come to life here. So just give it a few more seconds with the UV light. The Transitions XTRActive technology, you step out into bright sun, it's normally going to hit peak darkness, I'd say, within about 30 seconds. That's Transitions XTRActive Graphite Green. As you see, it reads very gray. That's what a graphite green is. It's kind of designed to look like the kind of traditional G15 color, which was originally used in the aviators that the fighter pilots wore in World War I. It's a gray with a little splash of green in it. It's just a gray that provides neutral color views of the world, but the green kind of enhances contrast and clarity just a little bit. That was the intent of the color. It's one of those classic sunglass colors, and this is what it looks like when you have it in a Masunaga MOC frame. I think the G15 with the gunmetal and the crystal acetate rim is such a great combo together. All classic things coming together in one beautiful eyewear look. And one eyewear look that's going to stand the test of time. These pieces, the quality of these pieces made by Masunaga Eyewear. If you want more information about Masunaga Eyewear, I've also made videos that go a little more in depth into that brand. One of my favorite eyewear brands. I have so many of their frames in my personal collection. I'll just take a moment to mention the 000. If you see me out in public, you're usually going to see me wearing this frame. It's been around since the 1960s. I wear it all the time. I just love this classic look. But that's one of the Masunaga latest creations, MOC, Masters of Craft. So many cool things you can do with your lenses, whether it's an MOC frame or it's one of our other many great collections that we carry here at Hicks Brunson Eyewear. I invite you to give me your thoughts on what you thought about this tint combo. Do you like it? Would you choose a different tint? Maybe you would choose the fire red gradient tint in some other look. That's certainly a popular one that we have been doing here lately. Let me know your thoughts. Leave me a comment. If you're interested in having something made for yourself, I'll make all of our contact information available in the box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.